All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing his word in truth. No, Salaki. And in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. All right, and what I want to get into today, just dealing with various topics, man. There's a lot going on at the same time. Um, and what we're seeing is all prophecy happening, man. Even, what we're seeing with, the Sakari and these other, groups, what we're seeing is prophecy, because you have to understand the apostles, when you go into the New Testament, they prophesied about all these things. Apostle Peter, he spoke about, World War III, the earth being melted with fervent heat, because that's the end result of World War III. Means the heavens. When you go into it, speaking of the cities, and we know they're speaking of America, all right, being completely destroyed, completely dissolved. But he spoke about, the destruction, nuclear destruction. You know, Apostle Peter spoke of those things because that's what World War III leads to is nuclear destruction for the landmass of America. And you're gonna have nukes, hit other places as well. But America is gonna be completely destroyed by nuclear destruction and the chariots, man. Okay? And the apostles, they spoke of these things. All right. The apostle Paul spoke of evil times, men being lovers of themselves, you know, disrespectful, disobedient, okay, blasphemers. The apostle Paul spoke of these things, and the last times should be perilous time. Okay. Uh, um, they spoke about the false prophets that will come out, men waxing worse, men, being rebellious, to the authority that the Lord set up in the earth. So we're seeing all these things unfold. You get layoffs, you got job layoffs. All right, you got you know, new pestilence, what they call, this new pestilence X, that they're speaking of. So we're seeing all these things unfold, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah 34 and 16. It says, seek you out of the book of the Lord and read. And see, we just have to stay with the scriptures, man. And we believe wholeheartedly, all right, that this book is divine from front to back. Okay. And I was listening to an hour, the live stream from the Sakara, and they spent the hour pushing doubt, man. First they was being, with the tic tac trying, you know, um, with a tit for tat and, trying to show old videos of how we believe that the Apostle Tahar is Apostle Paul. And, they went into showing these clips about, mentioning James went off in the book of Acts, the 15th chapter. So they're going into all this little knick-knack stuff and um, which we just explain exactly what we mean, when we say particular things. All right, but they went into all this knick-knack, but ultimately, I'm about an hour and some change in an hour, a little bit over an hour into the video, and if I'm a new believer, the only thing I could take away from that first hour, is complete confusion and doubt. You know, they're getting you to have doubt in the Bible, man. Okay, they're getting you to question everything in the Bible. Okay, that's the overall thing, because I always, when I'm teaching, I'm always thinking from a perspective of a new believer. You know, like okay, if I'm speaking and this is a new believer, okay, will this trip them up? All right, or will this build them up? And that whole hour, of listening to that first hour of that video is pushing doubt, man. And here it is, we're coming into the worst time ever when we need to be fully persuaded in what we're believed in, and those men are tossing you to and fro. If you came in there and you had faith in the Bible and everything that's written in the Bible, you will leave there with doubt. Now you have doubt. Now you're trying to figure out who has authority, who has the most authority, who has the less authority, and all this madness, man. It's madness. Okay? At the end of the day, we fully believe, okay, that we have, all right, the 100% truth, okay, the 100% understanding of what we need to get to salvation, man. And and it's all based on these precepts in the scriptures, man. Okay? So I'm gonna keep reading, and it says, "Seek you out of the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail, none shall want her mate." Okay, and at the end of the day, a thorough understanding of the Bible is the most valuable thing that we can have in these times. Okay, of course, you get other understandings that you read other books or you go to other documents or you listen to documentaries and it'll shed light on what we already believe. Okay, but we don't need those other documents to believe. Okay, we don't base our belief off those other documents, man. All right, the only thing those other documents and documentaries, because I watch a lot of documentaries. I'm a brother that watch a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of things. I absorb, a lot of information. I spit out the bones. Okay, even when I watch, even my entertainment, I like to watch period pieces. You know, um, I watched the Tudors, lately. It's a pretty good series. Now I'm watching a series on Alexander. Even with that, my downtime, I'm taking in information that sheds light on what I already believe. Okay, I don't bring those things in and make it seem like I believe because of this documentary or now I fully believe because nah, man, I already fully believe. Like I study the war, the geopolitics. I study war and the history, and I go into these things. But all I need to hear is that America, all right, is going to be destroyed. Even if America was just kicking ass right now, okay, all over the planet, all right, and it was looking like they just gonna dominate forever. Guess what? The scriptures say they finna lose. That's all I need. I don't care what it looked like, you know. in the practical, all right. The scriptures say they're finna lose, man, and that's all I would need, man. Okay, we see chariots, but guess what? If we never seen a chariot, we know based on the scriptures that that's how we're going to be delivered through chariots, man. Okay, so what we're seeing with Jake is Jake is going into all these outside sources, okay, and trying to make that dominate what's written in the scriptures, man. You go because what's the guy? Chief Priest Alazar. He comes onto the live stream later on, and he's just roaring and growling. you know, he just comes in and talking about 80 books by 80 different authors and and 80 different stories to each author. They're bringing in a lot of confusion and doubt, man. They're making this thing extremely complicated, man. And that's going to cause doubt in a time of chaos, man, because this is that what's happening if you stay over there with Sakari, you're finna become more confused and you finna become very doubtful about what you believe, man. That's how that's finna go, okay? And those men are just set up, all right, pretty much their mindset is, because see, this is just content for them. This is just marketable content for them guys, you know? This all this is just marketable content, man. Another way for them to stay relevant and to stay the topic of discussion. They say particular things just to get a reaction, man. They play off, this narrative of being the villain and the victim and all these different things, man. All right, but at the end of the day with those guys, it'd be a never ending argument, just like with the nigga one. It'd be the same thing like arguing with a nigga woman. It'd be never ending. There'd be no accountability. All right. And they'll constantly bring up old things that's irrelevant to what's going on real time, man. you know? So let's just keep reading. Let's get into it. Like I said, we're gonna get into into these scriptures, man. You know, because scriptures, like I say, all things are happening. We're seeing all these things happen in real time. It said, "For my mouth it have commanded, and His Spirit it have gathered them." So the Spirit of Yahweh Shai is gathering His elect, man. And the Spirit of Yahweh Shai causes these back and forth to shake things up, man. You know, because the Lord, all right, what He's doing, you know, either you're going to be offended, okay, either you're going to be trapped or snared, you know, by Yahweh Shai, or either you're going to be delivered by this word, you're going to be gathered by this word and delivered. You know, and there's a lot more Israelites that's going to be snapped, that's going to be caught up in these traps and snares. See, Yahweh Shai put a lot of snares out there, man. He allowed men to have the ability to teach and sound deep and sound edifying and be entertaining because he want a lot of Israelites snared, man. You know, he wants a lot of Israelites caught up. So we're not here for numbers, man. You know, I'm, you know, I'm glad that the Lord, you know, just has this small, you know, body of believers, you know, that sincerely believe, man. You know, I'm I'm glad because even like okay, if you got let's say this channel GMS Kingdom Mind, it got 2,200 subscribers. Okay, only about 10% of that is actually sincere believers, man. Okay, so we not here for numbers, man. Okay, all these different subscribers, all these weirdos popping up, and you know all these distractions and all these people that don't believe. Nah, man. You know, hey, I'm good with this small number of believers, you brothers and you sisters that are here all the time, being edified, being built up. You brothers, you know, you're constantly adding to the live screens, you're adding to the edification. You know, you're laboring yourselves, man. You know, all that madness and chaos, and because once you get too many niggas in the environment, man, you know it's madness and chaos, man, confusion. Okay, so let's go from there because we're just seeing all these things, you know, happening. Okay, you had the U.S., you know, just retaliate, okay, on those militants, you know, what they call Iranian-backed militants in Syria and Iraq. You know, I believe they hit 85 targets yesterday. Okay, so that's more escalation, and it shows you that none of these things shall fail, and false prophets and false teachers are part of those. None of those things shall fail. That's why you see, all right, there's just this great movement of rebellion and false prophets, and everybody got their own doctrine, man. Okay, all those things must be. So you go here, and I say we was warned about these things. Let's go here to Second Peter. All right, it's the book of Second Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. It said, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished." So the Lord knows, all right, how to, because remember, we're being gathered by this word. So the Lord knows, okay, how to gather his elect with this word, man. All right, Yahweh Shai got this. Hey, this thing is foolproof. The elect gonna be sealed for salvation through this word, man. Okay, no matter how many false teachers pop up, no matter how eloquent they sound, no matter how much information they can bring out and seem deep and seem on point and seem like they for the people, the elect will not be fooled, man. The Lord know how to reserve, all right, his people. All we have to do is just keep doing what's required of us, man, teaching and sound doctrine, man. You know, why we don't come in no gimmicks. We don't come with all these distractions. We don't get bogged down, with all that tick for tat, man. Now, because I say it'd be a non-ending argument with these guys, man. And the Apostle Paul warned us about this. And this is why they go so hard on the Apostle Paul, because Apostle Paul is speaking about them niggas, man. They know it. They know it. So the thing to do is to try to discredit, certain books and certain apostles. Okay, so it won't shed light on their BS, man. All right, because what we're seeing is just like going back to the nigga woman. All right, when the woman, all right, is looking for a reason to justify not listening to a man or her man. All right, what does she do? She saves receipts on all the different flaws of her man. Okay. So when a man finally steps to her with correction or, you know, hold her accountable for something, what does that woman do? She brings out all the receipts of every flaw that she's seen, all right, dealing with the man, you know? And that's what Jake is doing. All right, that's what you seen with Deacon Hakai. He bringing out all these YouTube shorts and all these different things and this and that. It's because just how the nigga woman justifies herself by not listening to her man by doing what, man? Bringing up flaws, bringing up his flaws. Okay, you try to hold her accountable. She brings up your flaws. All right, that's a tactic of the nigga woman. Okay, and this is all we're seeing. Okay, from these men. Okay? So reading again, 2 Peter 2:9 said, the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. Okay, and this beginning with Esau Edom, okay, but also niggas as well, you know? The Lord knows how to keep a nigga in his pride, man. See, Yahweh Shai is crafty. You see? Yahweh Shai is crafty, man, and he has a lot of traps and snares for Israelites, man. Okay? He wants them to be ignorant. He wants them to be proud. Okay? He wants them to think that they're right. He wants them to be caught up in the hype, in the clout, man. You know, he give niggas fanboys and cheerleaders, man, and they dead wrong. You see? Hey, it's a scary thing to fall to the hands of a living power, man. Okay? And he had you thinking you dead right, man, and be wrong, man. I've been in that position before, man. You know? And then those demons get off you, and it's like, damn, you be sorrowful, okay? You be broken, you know? But if the Lord don't never get those demons off you, you're gonna get worse and worse, and you're just gonna continue to think that you on the righteous campaign, man, and you dead wrong, and you're leading others, all right, to be dead wrong. But Howard Shah set all their deception up, man. Okay? He want them niggas to undermine the authority of certain men. He want them to undermine his authority, man. Okay? So these guys ain't doing nothing cute or they not doing nothing that's not already predestinated, man. Okay? It says, verse 10 says, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government, because the Lord has set up a government in the earth, like from the apostles on down, all right, the heads of these camps. The Lord has established a government, a spiritual government in the earth, man. That's why we're moving and function like a sovereign government, man. Okay? Each camp has its head and second in command and the order that they got things set up, man. You know, it's like a functioning government in under the banner of Yahweh Shai. Okay, hey, there's a ranking system that we all have to answer up to, man. Okay, that we have to report into, man. You see, and it's teaching us how to function as a government, man. Okay, but what you got with them guys is they're pushing, all right, rebellion. Here it is, you're teaching the woman to be in order to her husband, but you can't even be in order under the authorities that the Lord set up in the earth. You're teaching the woman to be in order to her husband while they're watching you rebel to the authorities, all right, that the Lord set up in the earth. Okay? This is what these men are doing. Okay? So they're teaching you they're teaching dysfunction, man. That's black culture. Okay? Here it is, the mother, like the nigga woman, she'll want her children to be obedient to her while her children are seeing her undermine the father. Okay? She'll teach her children, listen to her while they watch her undermine the father, man. They listen to her speak ill of the father. Okay? But she wants the children to be in complete obedience unto them. The nigga woman plays a major factor in the psyche of a lot of adult males, okay, adult males by age that we see today, man. Okay, because remember, I'm a cultural anthropologist, man. Look that up. You know, all right. We study these things, man. The Second Peter 2:10 said, "But chiefly of them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness." And see, like I said, their whole motivation to do lessons, all right, is to seem deep now. Okay, they want to be controversial because niggas like controversy. Okay, so now they're moving in lust. Okay, like I say, they want to woo the crowd. That's why they study and research these things to bring out something new so they can woo the crowd. Cause Jake loves to be wooed. Cause like I watch rap battles, certain of them niggas, man, cause that's entertaining. I watch it for entertainment. Like damn, how that nigga put that together? Like it's entertaining, like it's thought provoking, like damn, like some shit you gotta figure out, like damn, okay, he meant that. Like some like you watch them rap battles, you gotta rewind and like damn, oh, that's what he meant. Okay? And we watch these things, for entertainment. But see, Jake wanna bring that energy into the truth to where they wanna woo the crowd. Okay? And this is what we're seeing. All right, when you watching these men, they're here for their lust and and it's making them unclean because now they just want to woo the crowd. Now they just want to up their status. Okay, now they just want the super chat. Now they want to just market merchandise. Okay, and they know niggas love controversy, man. Okay, there's no difference from when you got these different news articles. These different news apps on your phone. Okay, and what is it full of, man? You go to Google and just you go to the little news headlines that's under Google when you first go to Google, and it's all about what, man? You know, some rapper, says something about another rapper. Somebody, NBA player says something about this NBA player wife. Okay, and they know niggas cleave to that, man. Niggas love the celebrity gossip, man. Okay, that's what niggas love. That celebrity gossip, man. The scoop, the tea. Niggas love that, man. Okay? And that's why you got all those numbers of Israelites. They niggas just love that they gossip. Like this is nothing but a URL rap battle to a lot of jakes, man. Okay? Second Peter 2:10 it said, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh and the lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-will, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, man. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. That's why they don't have no fear. See, what we're seeing is men moving in no fear, and they're teaching thousands of Israelites to operate with no fear, man. Okay, this is what we're seeing happen in real time. All right, and the apostles warned us about these men. They said these men will pop up. Okay, let's go here to First Timothy. All right, okay, this is First Timothy 1:4, and this is the Apostle Paul warning Timothy about certain men. The Apostle Paul was dealing with these niggas, man. These spirits are back. Okay, they're not just saying these things just because, man. All right, because they so scholarly. Nah, man, this is personal with these men. These spirits are back, man. Okay, and with clothing lines, okay, and cameras, man, and laptops, man. All right, First Timothy 1:4, it says, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do. So what we're seeing what these men are doing, they're just like I say, if you watch their first hour of their last live stream with Deacon Hakai, all right, and you know Chief Priest Alazar, all right, and the other guy, I think it's Hassad, if I'm saying it right, so likely if I'm not saying the name right, but all they doing is just gendering questions. See, now you're questioning, damn. So I need to dissect every book and see if it's, because so if now now what's happening, the people that follow Sakari, when they read the Bible, now they're going to begin to question things. And see, what's happening now is if you follow a Sakari, anything in the Bible that doesn't agree with your emotions or your agenda, okay, that doesn't agree with your flesh, now you can say, okay, this is not authoritative. Okay, who wrote this? When was this wrote? Okay, where was Luke when he wrote this? Was what you know who the woman shouldn't teach? Well, wait a minute. Okay, this ain't authoritative. So does Paul have the authority to say women shouldn't teach? Okay, there's a wait a minute. Being subject to your husband. Wait a minute. What if Paul doesn't have the authority and Paul checked Peter? Well, Peter said, be submissive to your wives. Well, see, you're creating all these loopholes now for Jake to do what they want to do, man. And that's the only thing that's finna come of that is you finna have Israelites with a mindset of do as thou will. That's the only thing that's finna come of that, man. Only thing that Jake is doing, all right, is creating loopholes, man. Because Jake already looking for a reason to do what they want to do. Okay? There's certain precepts that we read and it cut us, man. You like, damn. And you got to make the adjustment just because it's written. It ain't nothing else to talk about. When we read certain things, okay, and it goes against our flesh and our emotions, but guess what? No, we got to take heed to that, man, because it's written. Okay? This book is divinely inspired, man. All right? And we believe that Yahweh Shema Shai reserved this book, okay, and gave us the spirit to discern the certain, clerical errors. Okay, like I said, the Passover. We know this talking about the when it says Easter in Acts, the fourth chapter. We know this talking about the Passover. It ain't talking about Easter and goddamn dyed eggs and chocolate bunnies. Okay, goddamn Easter basket, man. We know it's not talking about that, man. The Spirit gave us that discernment. Okay, that's not talking about that. When we can prove it, okay, going into the word Easter, say Pesach, okay, which goes back into the Passover. Okay, we know the certain little clerical errors, and we explain those things, man. Okay, well, Jacob have you to try to dissect every author, try to say, okay, who wrote this? Okay, let's study the life of Luke and say, okay, Luke, Luke made this mistake in his life, so his authority couldn't be it's never ending, man, and all you're doing is stripping yourself of the faith, man. Okay, and what they're doing, they're pushing a faithless mindset, man. Into the followers of Sakari, if Sakari doesn't give you documental evidence of certain things, then you're not apt to believe it, man. And that's a terrible mindset to go into Jacob's trouble with, man. Okay? And it says, um, I read verse 4 again, First Timothy 1 and 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith. So do. Okay? And you got not only Sakari, man, look at all the madness that's going on, man. You got Sakari, okay, all right, the new Hebrew theologians, man. Okay, you got Jake, coming with new names, Graham, Mark Markey, a bar a bar Motos, and it's like Babalus and all these. You got Jake on that madness, man. Okay, Jake talking about he looked up and seen four horsemen. You got Jake in Boston saying all nations can be saved. You got the nigga woman selling fringes with free iPhones, talking about get on the boat. The National Negro Exodus movement. Okay, all over the place, man. You like, what is Jake doing? It's just a circus, outside of the true, sincere followers of Yahweh, man. Israel is turned into an absolute circus, man. Okay? And we was warned about these things. First Timothy 1 and 5. It said, now the end of the commandments, Okay, it's charity out of a pure heart. Okay, now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart, man. And that lines up with what Yahweh Shai said. Let's get that real quick. What does he mean by that? Okay, because we can't keep every commandment. Because even Deacon Hakai, he said salvation is through the law. He said that, man, in his recent video. Okay, and we love the law, but we understand there's no way we can be saved, all right, based on the law. Okay, because you would have to keep every law perfectly. There's no way to do that. Okay, do we keep what we can? Of course. Are we getting better at keeping the law? Absolutely. Okay, but salvation through that law, that's impossible, man. Okay, but Yahweh Shai, cause see Yahweh Shai, when you read, man, because you go here, this Matthew 22 and 34 said, but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. And see, Yahweh Shai was cutting these niggas, man. Okay, and these niggas were hurt and they will gather up and regroup and they will come, all right, with from another angle, okay, to try to confound Yahweh Shai, man. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, okay, and saying, and we read this in the NLT, Matthew 22 and 35, one of them, an expert in religious law, tried to trap him with this question. And this is all these jakes are doing, man. They're trying to set up trap. Yahweh Shai got these niggas trapped. And now they're trying to set up a trap, you know, for the men of Yahweh Shai. Okay? With these questions and you know, we got $1,000 for any GMS member to come on, you know, and just have the talk. And you know they got all these little traps and trick questions and all these things already set up. Okay, it's the same thing they was doing with your house shot, man. Okay, and $1,000. Okay, that's gas money, man. Okay, and we not here. We don't want no goddamn money, man. Okay? They like they're supposed to make us just jump out the couch. Oh, $1,000. And we just supposed to jump through the screen. Come on, man. They children. Okay? These men are children. Okay? Matthew 22 and 36, it says, Master, which is the great commandment in the law. Okay? Yahweh Shah said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. And see, now Yahweh Shah is establishing the spirit of the law. The law was meant to have us to love the Most High with all our heart, thy mind, thy soul. Okay, like when you go into the law, and we was when we was in our sovereignty and executing the law. Okay, they was supposed to create a closeness to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai and create a loyalty to our power. Okay, because you go into the law, it was like, man, what nation is so blessed? Let's get that, man. Let's get that. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. I started at 5. It says, Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do this in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So us keeping the law, all right, will put us in prosperity. And being in that prosperity is supposed to create a loyalty to our power. Like, man, like you see the efficiency of the law, you see how it's working, you see how it's producing life and prosperity. Okay, you see all as a people, we're good. We're good, man. Everything is working. Okay, and seeing that, it's like that should create a loyalty to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. We don't want to deal with no other guys. Look what we got going on right here. Why would I want to deal with other guys They tell you to sacrifice your children. Okay, to deal with the human sacrifice, to deal with your woman having to go into a temple and being popped by random men. Okay, why would I want to go into that, man? When I got my own thing going, man. As a man, I'm the head of the house. I can control who my daughter married. Okay, I can control and guide my wife or wives, however it's set up. Okay, I got an inheritance to give to my son. Okay, he can further the inheritance. With his sons. Why would I go into the madness of the heathen where they at war with each other about lands and material things? Okay, they into the out. You had the alphabets going on, especially amongst those Canaanites amongst the heathen. Why would I veer off into that when I got this great situation right here, man? Just as a wife, a woman comes, she's married to a man and he's moving in wisdom and understanding, and it has her able to rest and being a woman she can focus on, you know, the minute things. He has all the major things handled, and she can just rest, in their protection and their guidance of that man. Why would she want to veer off and deal with something else, man? Okay? So when Yahweh Shai said, thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy mind, heart, spirit, okay? That's because certain executing these laws they created their relationship of loyalty, man. Okay? Verse 7 it says, for what nation is there so great who have the most high so nigh unto them as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? Okay? The most high is in all things that we call upon him for, man. Okay? Because obedience, all right, produce favor. Okay? So, of course, if we love the Most High with all our mind, spirit, all right, it's going to what? Push us to be in obedience, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai was teaching us because you got to keep the law in a certain spirit, and it's going to go into it, man. All right? This is Matthew 22 and 37. It says, Yahweh Shai said unto them, thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and the greatest commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Okay? So keeping the law begins, okay, with being in the spirit of loyalty to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay? And you can't be loyal to the Most High if you're causing confusion about the worship of his son. You're causing confusion about the divinity of the Bible. You can't be loyal because the Most High set that up, man. Okay? So you can't love the Most High with all your spirit, your heart, your mind, and soul if you're pushing confusion about the divinity of the Bible, man. About the worship of his son. Okay? You can't love your neighbor as yourself if you're pushing doubt, if you're pushing confusion amongst the congregation, man. That's not love. That's hatred, man. Okay? And there's going to be a lot of households destroyed following these particular Israelites, man. You know? And this is what we're seeing happen in real time, but Yahweh Shai want it like that, man. Okay? But if I love my brother by default, I'm not going to commit adultery. It's not even a thought in my mind to commit adultery. It's not a thought in my mind to steal from that brother. It's not a thought in my mind to turn on the camera and try to expose him and embarrass him about something, man. That's not a thought in my mind to bear false witness. Okay? And it's not based on the fact that I can get stoned. It's based on the fact that I love my brother. Okay? Rebuking my brother. Okay? That's out of love. He's going on the path that leads to destruction. Look, you're tripping, brother. Even if it's in harshness, man. If you gotta wag the hand at a brother, man, okay? I would want a brother to do that to me. Pull me to the side, all right, and wag the hand, man. You look, brother, god damn it, okay, and put me back on the right path, man. That all this is in love, okay? And that's what keeping the commandments is rooted in, is out of love, sincere love, man. And that's what the Apostle Paul is going to explain when you go to First Timothy, man. Okay? First Timothy 1 and 5, it says, now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart and of a good conscience and of faith unfeigned. And you go to the NLT, the purpose of my instruction is that all believers would be filled with love that comes from a pure heart, a clean conscience, and genuine faith, man. Okay? So we teach these things with only the expectation of you brothers and sisters being built up and edified, man. Okay, being equipped with the faith needed to get through the hardest times the earth has ever seen, man. Okay, because we coming to a time where ain't none of that shit gonna mean nothing, man. Okay, trying to understand, this archaeologist, found this, manuscript. Okay, it's 80 different books, 80 different authors, 80 different time periods, 80 different locations, trying to figure out the location where every, book was written. And like I say, it's cool to have certain, because I deal with dabble to a lot of, random information, man. Okay, but we can't get carried away into that to where it starts to take away the simplicity of Yahushua, man. And now you're causing confusion, man. Okay? Keep reading, it said, for which some have swerved, have turned aside unto vain jangling, man. And those men spent the hour on vain jangling, man. The first hour I watched, man. Cause I had to take a break from it, Then I started watching, the brothers in Dallas, man. I had to feed my spirit, man. Cause we watch and we endure these things, okay, for the elect's sake, man. Cause there's certain things that we have to address. Okay, I don't want to spend 2 hours out of my day watching these guys, man, in this madness, man. But for the elect's sake, we have to endure particular things and we have to watch, okay, and at certain points, and we edify, man. Okay, that's a part of enduring all things for the elect's sake, man. That's a part of the work because it ain't about us, man. Okay, if it was about us, man, we wouldn't. If it was about how we felt, we wouldn't watch these niggas or respond to these guys, man. All right, but for the sake that hey, it might be one member, all right, that needs to hear a particular lesson to get pulled out the fire. We do these things, man, and it's not us. It's Yahweh shot us. Now watch it. Okay, respond to that. Okay, and hey, Yahweh shot it put a fire on our ass to do particular things, and then it comes to the point where the spirit say, all right, bag off that. Now let's get back to this, man. You know, so we move. We have to just move in the spirit and be in the spirit of these things, man. I know it can be like it's times when you ready to get on to something else. That's why we still, even while we respond to this, we still do our news and prophecies, and we go into other things as well. You know, but we do have to hey take time out to address particular things, man, for the elect's sake. Okay, all right. So it says, for some, with First Timothy 1 and 6, it says, from which some have swerved. And we're seeing these men, they swerved. Okay? They're constantly going further and further left. They swerve from the mission. Okay? Have turned aside into vain jangling. Now read this in the NLT, First Timothy 1 and 6. But some people have misled, all right? So like, but some people have missed this whole point. They have turned away from these things and spend their time in meaningless discussions, man. Okay? And this is what we're seeing, that these men are making the doctrine about meaningless discussions that make them seem the deepest on earth, man. Okay? These men want to be known as the deepest Hebrew Israelites on earth, man. And they brought all this meaningless discussions in to try to bag that up, man. Okay? So now when you're listening to these guys, You're gonna hear all this theological talk. You're gonna hear all this debate, talk, okay, and all this nonsense, man. All right, Sakari said on there, see, GMS is a shell of their former selves. They stopped building. They're nothing like they were 10 to 15 years ago, and this and that, man. Brothers, and we're here, and we're seeing brothers growing. We're seeing sisters growing, man. Okay, getting better, man. Understanding your Howard Shai. We're seeing, like you come into a camp and you just see, the maturity of all the men around you, how these men are maturing in your house shot, becoming more like your house shot, man. Seeing brother, the brothers that you come in with around the same time. I know I came in, me and the brother Nabah out of Memphis, the brother Tazamat, and I just sit back and watch those brothers, you know, how they maneuvering in the spirit now, man. Okay, those maturing as men in the faith, man. Okay, this ain't about having merchandise and having these big, huge platforms and all these followers, man. No, man, you get to see the individual man grow and mature in this thing, man, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, but they gauging this thing off success of the world. Okay, how the world view you, how the world accept you. That's how they're gauging prosperity, man. Nah, man. All right, the Lord got his few men, all right, and the believers that's gonna follow those men, and that's who the Lord is rocking with, man. That's who the Lord is rocking with. Okay, like I said earlier, man, I wouldn't want a big crowd of niggas, man. Okay, because once you get, cause Jake full of shit, man. The more Israelites you get, the more chances you get of men and women that's full of shit, man. So I'm glad the Lord got the church small, man. Okay, that way we can really build. That's why uh, uh, people with money send their children to private school because it's fewer students in the class, and you can and they can get that, and their child can get a more intimate, education, in those smaller settings, man. You can really deal. All right, like when you was of nobility, you would send your children to tutor, and they would be in there amongst other children of nobility. It wouldn't be these big, public settings. Like you got the colleges, you got all big coliseums of teaching, these big classrooms in these colleges, man. Okay, the Lord dealing with that small, intimate setting. That way each and every individual is being poured into, man, and growing in the spirit. Okay? Well, let's keep going on this. First Timothy 1 and in 6 it says, for from which some have swerved, have turned aside into vain jangling, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. And you had Deacon Akaf said that you're going to be saved by the law. There's salvation in the law. They don't have a clue. They don't understand the law. Like now, we understand the why of the law. You see, Jake want to just beat you over the head with the law. Do this, sister. Do that, brother. Do this. Put your dress on, but they don't understand the why of the law, man. Okay, a woman can wear a dress every day, but look at the decision making of our women in this captivity, man. Okay, Jake can not eat pork, all right, but look at the spirit that the men are moving in, man. Okay, so when we go into the law, we dealing with the law from the why aspect now. Now we're getting these light bulb moments that we uh, uh, as we go through society, and because the Lord got us in the midst of all this madness. So now we're seeing the why factor of the law. Okay, now I see why the Lord had lazy niggas be stoned. Now I see why the Lord, all right, had a woman only with one man her whole life. She went directly from her father to the husband. Now I see why that is so. Even though what they call the grape. Okay, when you look at this society, you see why the Lord had this set up. If a man did this, okay, and you had three different protocols. If she was betrothed and she hollered out, put that man to death and she stay alive. If she was betrothed and she didn't holler out, put both of them to death, man. All right, they both guilty of adultery. Okay, if she wasn't betrothed, okay, and the man did that, now it's just another Israelite family, another house that has been created, man. Okay, and they gonna forward the legacy of righteousness in the earth. Okay, now we're seeing these things, man. Okay, why you should, every 7 years you should let the land rest. Okay, so it can replenish those nutrients, man. Now we eat these things and it don't have the nutrients that we need, for the day to day. Now we're understanding the why of the law. Okay, in our sovereignty, and then we're going to have the laws in our inward part. Now we're going to be fully, you know, now we're fully persuaded like this is the best way to live. That's what the Most High wanted us to learn in this captivity. Okay, the laws that we was given, this is the best way to live. But we're gonna be delivered by faith. Okay, and when we're delivered, we're gonna be delivered to do what? Rule the earth with those laws. Okay, and now we come to the conclusion of the why. Okay, we come to that conclusion of the why of the laws, man. And Jake not understanding that. If Jake telling you to try to keep the law in this captivity fully, to the salvation and law through this captivity, Jake don't understand the why of the law. Okay, they're just trying to, and Jake's just trying to hide behind the law as an outward showing of righteousness, man. Because Jake don't be about no law, man. Okay, Jake don't keep the covenant in their neighborhood. Niggas ain't about no law, man. Okay, and what it really entails, man. Okay, it says, keep reading, saying, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding, First Timothy 1 and 7, neither what they say nor whereof they affirm, but we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. Okay, if a man use it lawfully, man, and Jake not using it lawfully, Jake used the law for a cloak of righteousness, man, for an appearance of righteousness, man. Okay, there are certain laws in this captivity that we can implement, and it immediately has an effect on our life, like the Levitical diet. Okay, as we went back to the Levitical diet, guess what? Now you start off with just a Levitical diet, eating, the things that's allowed for us to eat. Then now you got brothers of intermittent fasting, eating less meat, going, eating a better quality of the Levitical diet. Which at the end of the day, we need to be delivered. That you would never have a 100% diet, that's on point. We do the best, that we can. Okay, but it started with keeping the law, and now, all right, it started with implementing the Levitical law, and now we built on that to, hey, well, brothers, hey, got elite diets. Some brothers, some sisters, you got elite diets now, man, in captivity, and it helps. Okay, uh, 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 you know, what I was going to, oh yeah, even when you implement, not celebrating these pagan holidays, look how much money we've saved by not celebrating a Christmas, man. There's people that still in debt behind Christmas right now, man. Okay, so that's an example of using the law correctly, man, to where it benefits us in this captivity, man. But then you have certain laws that it wouldn't benefit us to keep. Okay, if you go and execute judgment on the alphabet person, even though it's lawful, would that benefit us right now? Okay, but there are certain laws that we can implement, and it benefit us right now. Okay, that's an example of using the law correctly, man. Using the law with no ill intent, no ill gain, man. Okay, and it says, um, but we know that the law is good, and if a man use it lawfully, and use it in reading in the First Timothy 1 and 8, We know that the law was good when used correctly, man. And Yahweh Shai was about teaching, all right, how to be in the spirit and keep the law, man. Okay? And in this captivity, we do it to the best of our ability, man. And I'm gonna get this here in Acts, man. You know, and I think this. All right, this is the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 18. And it says, and when they were come to him, he said unto them, ye know from the first day that I came into Asia, after what manner I have been with you in all seasons, serving the Lord with all humility of mind and with many tears and temptations, which befell me by the lying in wait of the Jews. We had Jake, you know, it was all about trying to trap the Apostle Paul, you know, just as they were trying to do Yahushua. It said, and how I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you, but have showed you and have taught you publicly and from house to house. So we bring out the things that are profitable unto to the flock, man. Okay, even when we do research and we find out particular things, and we, you know, even we go into the customs, you know, which the brothers in Dallas was big on there going into the biblical customs, you know, because it make the parables make more sense because those parables are based around biblical customs, man. Okay, but we're not bringing all this random information to you that makes you doubt. Okay, that makes you question the authority of this man, authority of this man, authority of this book. Okay, let's throw this out. Okay, this chapter verses 1 through 6 is good, but you know the middle of it is off, and then he got back right. No, man, that's not profitable to you, man. So now when you do your personal reading, you don't know what to accept and what not to accept, man. And it's a trap. Yeah, I wish I got a trap out there, man. And a lot of men are falling into it. A lot of households are going to fall into it, man, because the gimmicks and because how they sound, you know, they get on, they cut the Christians and, you know, they come on there screaming and, you know, it's a trap. All right. And it says, verse 21 says, testifying both to the Jews and also the Greeks, okay, which is the Israelite foreigners, which they was the office Yahweh Shai gave them. When you read Acts, the ninth chapter, okay, repentance toward the Most High and faith toward our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. And now behold, I go bound in the spirit unto Jerusalem, not knowing the things that shall befall me there, save the Holy Spirit witness in every city, saying that bonds and afflictions, all right, abide me, because he knew, like, you know, the talk was like, when he come to Jerusalem, we gonna bind Paul, man. You know, it said, but none of these things move me, neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy, and the ministry which I have received of the Lord Yahweh Shai to testify the gospel of the grace of the Most High, man. Okay? So the Apostle Paul had his mind made up like, look, man, I don't even consider my own life, you know, when it comes to teaching the truth, man. You know, and where did he get that mindset from? The author and finisher of our faith, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Yahweh Shai didn't care about the that life, man. You know, that's why he didn't marry or deal with women. Or he wasn't into the politics of the time. Nah, man. He was all about preaching sound doctrine, man. Okay? And this is why we're not all into the gimmicks and all into these other platforms, because, you know, these men have become politicians and uh, 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 pretty much YouTube characters and personalities, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai wasn't about becoming a personality in Rome. Okay, he was about preaching sound doctrine, you know, even if it meant death. Okay, and that's the state we're coming in, man. Okay, it said, verse 25, it says, now behold, I know that ye all among, I said, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of the Most High shall see my face no more. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. And when this is all said and done, man, Lord will we endure to the end. We're going to be pure of the blood of all men, man. Because as a collective, brothers have addressed all the madness that we see going on, man. Okay? through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, all the madness has been addressed, man. And if you still fall into this trap, man, it's on you. Okay? It's on you, man. All right, but the Lord is cleansing us from the blood of all men. You know, it says, "For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers to feed the church of the Most High, which He hath purchased with His own blood." So the Spirit has made men overseers. Okay, starting with the apostles and elders on down. Okay, and you go into the word overseers in the Greek,
1985. Episcopos. Episcopos.
episkopos. Okay, it says a man charged with the duty of seeing that things be done by others are done rightly. All right, any curator, guardian, or superintendent. Okay, so this is why you see, okay, the correction coming out, man. Okay, because the Spirit has set up particular men, okay, to be overseers of the church, okay, of the believers, man. Okay, so when there's things that's going off, of course, correction has to go out, man. Okay, because the Lord set up particular men to oversee the souls of the elect, man. There's a hierarchy to that, man. You know, their righteous government, the house of David. The house of David represents a government, a righteous government in the earth, man. And this is what we're seeing, all right, being formed. And order is a major part of it, man. Okay? And Jake is bringing that nigga culture, do as thou wilt, in and trying to bring that nigga culture, do as thou wilt, nigga woman, okay, mindset into the truth, man. Okay? Well, you want your authority to be accepted, but you can undermine everyone else's authority, man. You don't have to listen to nobody, but you want your authority to be law. Okay? That's the nigga woman mindset, man. All right? So, um, verse 29 said, "For I know this, that after my departure shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Also, of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them." Because the most active of the rebellion is men that fell out that was amongst the flock. Okay? So Kyra, they fell away from the flock. They arose from amongst brothers, okay? Brothers in Boston, man. They arose from amongst brothers, okay? But now what are they doing, man? They're going, their whole mission is to turn, all right, believers away from the gospel and follow their madness, man, and follow their hurtness, man, okay? And you listen to Sakara do all this screaming and, all that show, and it's a goddamn show, man. You listen to it's a goddamn show, man. It can be a sitcom. It can be a literal sitcom with Chief Priest Alazar and Deacon Akar. That shit could be a sitcom what they're doing, man. Okay? It said, therefore, watch. I start verse 30 again. Also of your own self shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. Therefore, watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn you every night and day with tears. And now, brethren, I commend you to the Most High and to the word of His grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified, man. And we not gonna sway away from the big picture, man. The Lord has a righteous government that He's going to establish in the earth, man. Yahweh Shai is going to reward the believers in the earth, man. Okay? And these niggas will have the truth, okay, be a petty back and forth, all right, to where they seem as if they're the deepest in the world. Okay? That's what nah, man, it's way bigger than them guys, man. Okay? They just a part of prophecy, man. That's all they are, man. They're playing their part in prophecy, and we're going to address it. We're going to keep moving on, man. And whenever the Spirit wants us to address something, we address it and we're gonna keep moving on, man. Okay? So that's the point, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? We at the point now. All right, hey, whatever, man. All right, if that's what you want to rock with. Hey, it is what it is, man. Okay, but Israel will not have a cloak for their sin, man. Okay, so Lord will you brothers, all right, and you sisters was edified once again. We're gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, all right, who rule well, teach well, being the great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation, and hopefully they got there pushing his word and truth, and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, pushing to get up out of here, man. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers and listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Till next time, Shalom.